What's up, humans, and welcome to another Psicoactivo on a Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Okay, I wanted to talk about Jake Barber for a little bit because there's some news. The first one is that the New Paradigm Institute, led by Daniel Sheehan, posted something yesterday that I wanted to read to you guys. They made two posts, and both of those posts are like a campaign to try and get Jake Barber to a congressional hearing, an open congressional hearing under oath to testify and say everything he said to Jesse Michaels and Ross Coulthart, but under oath. And the first one that I saw was this. It says, demand a congressional hearing for whistleblower Jake Barber. The time for truth is now. Congress must hear directly from those with firsthand knowledge of unidentified anomalous phenomena and non-human intelligence, including Jake Barber. A decorated Air Force veteran, Barber has firsthand experience with UAP encounters and their profound implications for science, technology, and national security. His willingness to testify under oath represents a pivotal moment in the fight for transparency. But for his voice to be heard, Congress must act. We need your help to make it happen. That was the first one. And then they released a video. This hearing will, number one, reveal critical information about NHI and UAP directly from a first-hand witness inside the military. Number two, strengthen public trust in government transparency and accountability. Number three, highlight the urgent need for enhanced whistleblower protections to safeguard truth tellers. Number four, help ensure that sequestered scientific breakthrough benefit humanity as a whole, not just the US. The stakes are too high to remain silent. Your voice matters. I agree with that. Email your congressional representatives today and demand they hold a hearing with Jake Barber. We can achieve the transparency, accountability, and progress our democracy demands. And then I'm going to show you the video. So that video was taken from News Nation, Ross Coulthart, Skywatcher HQ, and American Alchemy. And they put it together to create this. A couple of things about that. I don't know if you guys remember, but I spoke to Matt Laszlo a few weeks back, right when Luna was announcing her task force. And Laszlo told me something that I wasn't expecting. He said that no Congress people had even met Jake Barber yet. And then Tim Burchett, before I knew that, he insinuated or said that he thought Jake Barber was an op. And I find that very interesting because if we are demanding for a congressional hearing, that means that Congress people need to know who Jake Barber is and they need to hear what he has to say. I don't know if they have at this point, but they should. That's a problem. So in order to get to this point that the New Paradigm Institute is pushing, these Congress people need to know the whole story about Jake. I'm confident that they already know about his claims, but it's really weird that in the public, they don't seem to want to acknowledge it. So that's a bit problematic for me. Whether you believe him or not, the fact of the matter is that he agreed that he wants to testify under oath. And if he does that, that's going to be huge. It's going to be even bigger than when Dave Grush testified, because this guy is alleging that he has firsthand experience in crash retrievals. That is a serious matter, you know? And then, if you guys didn't get to check it out, the Unidentified Alien podcast from Mr. Stephen Diener, he just had Representative Eric Burlison on his show. And there's a clip that Stephen shared on his X account that I'm going to play for you guys right now.
Is 2025 a realistic year where there would be a third UAP hearing? Or is this?
I think yes, we will probably have a hearing. I mean, it's very, very likely that we will have a hearing. And if you've got, I would love to do a series of hearings, but ultimately my end goal is to get some of these individuals that we've identified that still work for the federal government or still, were part of these programs, to have to come forward and under oath, tell us what was going on. I think that's the end goal, but there's no reason why we shouldn't have a series of hearings. And for some people, we don't necessarily need to have an official hearing. We could have field hearings, or like a member hearing. That way we can move a lot faster and have more regular meetings. Now under a member meeting or a field hearing, people are not under oath, but it doesn't mean that we can't try to get at least some information.
Sure. And so when we talk about a series, that's actually a pretty big deal, because I know a lot of people have clamored for that. I think Stephen Bassett, who I'm sure you're familiar with there in DC, I've spoken to him a couple of times here on UAP, and he's even talked about, Congress should try to get together like a 3-day hearing. So is that kind of like the end goal for you? Is that something you want to try to put together?
We'll see. And so if there are people who have any ideas on who we need to have in a series of hearings, then please reach out to my office, and we would love to hear what your ideas are.
So there is apparently a plan to have a new hearing. And if you ask me, I want to ask you, who would you have in this hearing? But obviously, number one would be Jake Barber. Number two would be Colonel John Blitch, who is backing Jake Barber, and he has an incredible resume. I don't think anybody can give him any shit for anything, really. He's an experiencer too. He's an abductee. So his credentials give him the value that these hearings need. So he would be a great choice. Another one that I would bring into these hearings are two people. One of them is writer Robert Hastings. The other one is either Robert Salas or Dr. Jacobs. Both of those veterans are tied to the UFO connection with nuclear energy. And I think that is one of the most pressing matters that need to be addressed at a congressional hearing. So a hearing with Jake Barber, Colonel Blitch, Robert Hastings, who has documented all the nuclear connection with the UFOs, and either Mr. Salas or Dr. Jacobs would be a great choice for me. But I want to hear what you have to say. Who would you have in this hypothetical new congressional hearing? I would love to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments. And what do you think about Jake Barber's story, how it has progressed? What do you think about the Skywatcher team and what they've been doing? I wanted to just add one little thing because I think it's important as well. I've been trying to reach out Alex Klokus, who is like the funds behind the Skywatcher team. And he responded to me. And he told me that I told him that I was really nervous of the way that they're doing things. I just heard Ross Coulthard say that they're trying to be as transparent as they can. And he's trying to get Klokus on the record so he can like be more open to what he's really trying to do, because we're talking about a businessman and the founder of this futurism magazine. And I think that right now the confidence in tech entrepreneurs is at an all-time low, based on others that have been doing things that are very, very questionable. So I think it's only logical that we question whoever is trying to do something with this, because this is a really serious topic. And I think that if they want to get involved, there need to be some checks and balances, we can't just watch them do whatever they want to do. And we don't know what their end goal really is. So it would be nice to just get more clarification on why Alex Klokus is involved in this so deeply, because he clearly is. So Alex responded. He told me that they're doing the best they can and that their objective is the same one that is stated and are in their frequently asked questions on the Skywatcher page. He claims that everything else is just noise, that it will be impossible to please anyone, including many that have radically different beliefs and suggested approaches. And he told me, as Jake Barber emphasized, you will know us by our results. Part 2 will be coming soon, meaning the documentary. After that, he's down to rediscuss. I hope that's true. I think that I've been very respectful when I've approached them, and he's always responded very well. So it would be really cool if he would like just give the media, us, some time to just explain what his motives are. And there's another aspect that I don't think it's under their control. I don't even think that they know exactly what's going on. But people like Jake Barber and Colonel Blitch could answer a few questions about the darker aspects of the Psionics program. In last week's episode, I covered where Danny talked about misconduct taking place in these programs with psionic assets that were children, which is extremely concerning. Why are children being involved in this? I don't think that's necessary. And if that has happened, I think that the people need to know what exactly happened, whose children are they, and if there was any kind of misconduct involving children, I think the people responsible need to answer for it properly. And I think that this is one of the most pressing topics of this whole new psionics thing, you know? So I don't think that they have the answers, but I think that they're doing this away from the people that did the nefarious things or apparently nefarious things. But I do think that all of these people, Colonel Blitch, Jake Barber, even Klokus himself, they can help us get to the bottom of this. And I think that they need to cooperate in that. That's what I think. I don't know if you guys agree with that. And also, just think about this. Dr. Grinberg, he was doing the very first 10 to 15 years of his career, he was working with children on the eyeless sight phenomena. And he was teaching them how to read without seeing. And the fact that he disappeared in 94 with that background and all the shamanism studies that he did just makes me think that he was probably taken away to keep working in secret for this specific program of psionic assets. And I can definitely see him saying no when they proposed it to him and being threatened. I can definitely see that. Let me know what you think in the comment section about this. Do you think this push for a new congressional hearing should have Jake Barber at the forefront? And who else would you include in it? Let me know your names, your list, and how would you do the congressional hearing? What questions would you include? All of that, let me know in the comments, and I'll be reading everything as usual, as you well know. And that's going to be it for me today. If you like the content you see, you know what to do. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you can get notified when a new video drops. If you want to support the channel in any other way, I'm going to leave a few links in the description. Take your pick. You can also become a member or support us on the KGRA website. Thank you for your support, as always. And that's it for me today. I'll see you guys in the next one. But just please remember, stay curious. Okay? Bye.